My toes are swimming. Hold on. He leaned against Kyle and pulled off a shoe, emptied the water, then he did the other. The light turned green, and they continued. By the time they reached Albemarle Street, the hell, rain had tapered to a drizzle. Say, listen. Oh no, that's yours.
Say, listen.
Kyle stared at Nelson through rain-spotted glasses.
I'm sorry about, you know.
He held out his hand.
Shake.
Nelson extended his hand just as a sneeze escaped him.
Bless you.
Kyle said.
Your hand is like ice.
Never mind that. How's my hair? The green isn't running all over me, is it? Kyle grinned.
No.
He folded up his umbrella. So, Nelson said, trying not to sound eager, are you going to tell me what happened with you and Miss Jason? Kyle shrugged.
We talked after school yesterday. I think he's pretty scared that someone's going to find out he came to the meeting. I know you said you haven't, but you won't tell anyone, will you?
Of course not, Nelson said. You should have seen his face this morning when Deborah ran up to see my hair. He looked scared poopless. What?
God, what? A better one.
No, he said fuck in the first chapter or something. Or second chapter, I don't know. Afraid I'll tell his sweetheart he's a cocksucker. What, poopless and then cocksucker?
Poopless cocksucker.
Oh my god, maybe poop sounds more gay than shit, I don't know. Kyle rubbed his forehead beneath the bill of his cap. Stop worrying. Nelson pulled a cigarette out of his pack. I told you I won't say anything. Look, I know you're obsessed with him. You're powerless, out of control. He struck a match, but it was too soaked to strike a flame. Shit. Kyle tipped his cap back.
Do you really think I'm out of control? I know he's not interested in me, but maybe we could be friends.
He grew silent, staring into space. Nelson recognized the look. Glazed eyes, sullen mouth, jaw thrust forward like a zombie. Kyle had entered the Jason zone. Nelson snapped his fingers.
Hey, you want to come over?
No, that's mine. Hey!
I was like, wait a second.
Nelson sounds normal. Hey, you want to come over? Kyle continued staring into space. Hello, Nelson shouted. Anybody home? He cupped his hands around his mouth. I said. Kyle raised his hand to stop him.
I heard you.
He swung the bill of his cap sideways, back and forth across his forehead.
I have a paper to write.
Nelson sneezed again. Hacha! You can write it at my place. He wiped his nose. Kyle frowned. He wiped his nose. He wiped his nose. Kyle frowned.
You're going to catch a cold out here.
He took off his cap, then pulled off his... what? Sorry, the Nelson voice.
Just love that voice.
I do. It's my favorite voice. He took off his cap, then pulled off his sweatshirt. His t-shirt rode up, exposing his abs. Nelson wished he had abs like Kyle's. He wished he had a body like Kyle's, slender and toned. Broad swimmer's shoulders, thin waist. Kyle handed him the sweatshirt, put his cap back on, and pulled his shirt down. Come over, Nelson insisted, pulling the sweatshirt over his head. Just for a little while, please. Kyle smiled.
All right.
Nelson felt the warmth of Kyle's sweatshirt. It smelled like Kyle, a good smell of chlorine swimming pools. Nelson dried his face with the shirt sleeve and breathed it in. Maybe Shay was right. Maybe he was in love with Kyle.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, dun, dun, dun. Love. And folks, that was chapter 3. Too much Nelson for you? I don't blame you.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.